Hello and welcome back to Wolfenstein The Old Blood. I am your host, the Mad Hatter, and I have not been feeling well the past few days, so I'm just now um, getting back into making videos. I made a special video for you guys, starting off with this funny little clip coming up right now.
Alas, poor Yurik. Oops.
I'm a fan of Shakespeare myself, so but at the same time, I think it's funnier that bullets fell out of the empty skull too. Little Easter egg for Doom right here. Look at that little eyeball guy. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully Doom comes out soon. I'm really looking forward to how it's going to look on here on the PS4. Oh my lord. Have not been feeling well the past few days, so I apologize. So I made an extra long video to make up for it. Hopefully hopefully this makes up for it. Now, mind you, one of the things that we did from the previous video, if you watched, was we went into the very last room. There's a fireplace off to the left. We went and busted the fireplace, and now we're over here. I made the mistake of not walking up on the gentleman at the far end, by that railing right in front of me, stabbing him, and then going after the commandant that's there, because I could have avoided a lot of this, but unfortunately, I didn't really think about it. I just kind of went in thinking I can like stealth kill with the silenced handgun and kind of go in through there. But what am I gonna do? So right now I'm gonna pick up everything, and then we're gonna go off to the left. And there's going to be a couple of guys over there. Now, I was really hoping, and you'll see once I get over there. So I'm trying to take it like slow and trying to figure, I don't want to get shot from anywhere else. Here we go. I tried to group them up over here. I thought I could get away with that. But unfortunately, well, you'll see in a second. Basically what happened was that I thought after I killed this gentleman here that everything would be good, and I really honestly hoped, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. Originally I ended up having like several other guys come at me from out of nowhere, so at any rate, I've been having fun playing this. Sometimes it's a bit maddening, because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not the greatest gamer in the world, but I love playing games like this regardless. I'm going to be honest with everybody. I love playing games like this, and now with my ability to put this up on YouTube and everything else and whatnot, I'm just happy to be able to share the experience. And that's really what this is all about. It's not me, going on here and, wanting to make money or anything else. If that does happen in the future, that's cool. But I'm happy for right now with putting out videos and sharing them with you. Just because I just enjoyed, playing the games and sharing them. I feel that that's what I'm about, ultimately. And, oh, cool. A KitchenAid. It's a bloody KitchenAid mixer. Look at that. Nice. Anyway. Let's see. See, right now what I'm doing is I'm just running around looking for ammo, armor. And for those of you that don't know, there's a trophy rather, I'm sorry. A trophy for if you overcharge, I think it's to 200 or over 200, a little over 200. That's the first one. Then if you overcharge to like 250 or over, then like it gives you like an additional 25% health. So if you do it just right, you can actually, your base health would end up being, I believe if I'm right, and I may be wrong. And if I am, I'm sorry. If you do like 125, I'm thinking that's how it works. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to it. Now, let's see. I tend to err on the side of caution, and I'm just trying to, like, you know, in case somebody else jumps out, I can at least handle the problem, you know? So hopefully, let's see. There we go. Okay. Now, if you turn here, yep, there's Les Commander. Yay!
And now you are dead. You Nazi bastard.
And just because you're an ass. That's it. And because I don't want there to be an open casket funeral. Haha. Now let's go in through here. This pipe has been like the best weapon ever. Now, originally when I found this area, actually when I got to this area, I didn't realize at first that if you drop down right there, there's actually a secret area. There's a bed there, and you can actually go and play for a little bit the original, well, not the original, but the original, well, actually, yeah, the original 3D, not the very, like the very first DOS version of it, but the very first 3D Doom. Wow. I'm sorry. Wolfenstein. And I'm guessing it's because of Wolfenstein 3D and whatnot that I actually enjoyed Doom on top of that. So, see? Secret area. And it's why I enjoyed games like this and Doom and all that. And I just, you know, id Software, thank you for you know, creating games like this. This is awesome. I know you guys. I know you guys are working with Bethesda on this. And by the way, Bethesda, I want to also say thank you for putting out The Evil Within. Regardless of the crap you guys got for it, I loved it. I gave it a 10 out of 10 personally. Just as I gave a 10 out of 10 to both The Old Blood and to The New Order. So just letting you guys know. That's just my personal opinion. I've never been, you know, I've always loved the way it was set up. You know, that's just me. You know, and I really appreciate it. So guys, please keep putting out games like this, and I'll be more than happy to play them. Excuse me. So at any rate, but yeah, I mean, I love this old school mixed with the new, and it's just beautiful. I love that. I love that, like, merging of the two. It's beautiful. And I just find it to be really awesome. Big smiles, kids, big smiles. Anyway, if you've seen Lethal Weapon, you know I love to make that reference. If you don't know the reference, definitely watch. I think it's like Lethal Weapon 2 or 3. I forget what it is. It's one of the two, because I can't remember off the top of my head. But he's like, where Mel Gibson, he's like, walks into this room, and like they're all like these German-looking dudes, and he's like, hey, remember, gentlemen, big smiles, big smiles. Anyway, but no, I love playing this. I've had nothing but absolute fun with this, and props to both id and Bethesda and their partners in putting out these games. Gentlemen and ladies, please keep pumping out games like as beautiful as this. I love this. This is great. And The Old Blood, let me tell you something. If you haven't gotten it, it's definitely worth the $20. It'd be worth it even if it was 30. You know, if it was $30, I still would have gotten it just because of the fact of how awesome it is. It's well worth it. Definitely get this if you haven't already. If you have a PS4, or I'm pretty sure you can get it for the PS3 too. I'm sorry, PS3 as well. Excuse me, I got my allergies acting up now. However, I just really have been amazed at this so far. But at any rate, we're going to go ahead and open up the door here. We're going to try. See, now when you take the silencer off this, it actually fires a little faster. It does actually fire a lot faster. The only reason why it fires as slow as it does is because it's suppressing the shot. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Here. There we go. Got lucky on that. But I love how they combined like the original Wolfenstein 3D with the new version of, with the version of the hero from this game right here, from Wolfenstein, both the Old Blood and the New Order. I actually like the character of B.J. Blazkowicz. I really do. He's definitely the type of guy the type of hero you can get behind, and he's just like really awesome. Because he's like a regular dude. He's like a regular dude. I just chose to wake up here, and here we go. Because I didn't want to go on any further with it, because not that I got bored with it, but I knew that for the sake of the videos, that I was going to be doing, I didn't want to like just be playing this when we can get to this right here. So, at any rate, had some problems with my video editor. For some weird reason, I was able to save the video here with its, edited and everything, but the problem was that it wouldn't reload it so I could get my voice to it and do my voiceover for it, and for some weird reason it just would not let me do that. So I ended up having to restart the computer, and it, thankfully, by the grace of God, and forgive me if anyone's offended by that. I know not everybody is religious or anything, or have their own beliefs, and if I've offended, I apologize. It's oh boy. Dadgummit. Okay. Well, this was my fault right here for not paying attention. What I should have done was I should have taken this out after coming in here and just started sniping out everything I could. But I didn't do that, so when you come in through that broken wall, try to sneak around stuff enough to where you get a shot out. If the shot's not going to be suppressed on this, it's going to be heard, so the alarms are going to go off. I believe the alarm's going to go off in a second if it hasn't already. But you just got to be really careful when you do it. You want, because a sniper rifle that's suppressed, I have yet to see that in a video game, and I actually would like to see that. I'm not saying that it's not out there, I just haven't seen it yet, personally. So, just, understand, I personally haven't seen it yet, so I'm not saying, oh no, they don't exist. No, I'm not saying that. I personally have just not seen it yet, and I'm very sure that there's games where it does, For all I know, there could be like a Call of Duty or some type of shooter where it's there. So anyway. So when you first come in through the wall, after you break through it, have this at the ready and just start taking out whatever you can. Now you're going to have a gentleman over here, which I barely saw him actually, which is why it took me so long to just aim in on him, because I'm like, where the hell is he? But anyway, so I'm sitting there and I'm like getting shot, and I know I'm getting shot because I'm like, what the heck is this coming from? I actually had to follow the vapor trail, and I'm like, okay, he's over there. So at any rate, there's going to be one more guy on this balcony off to my right in front of me. Right there, straight ahead. up against the wall right there, that little railing that you see in the distance. Not the far distance, but the one closest. The next one closest to me. There's going to be, now you'll see, because I'll come out a little bit. Like right now I'm trying to be like a little cautious, but we're right, I believe it's like, if I move up just a little more, he's going to come up. But see, me being on the side, erring on the side of caution, I'm trying not to get myself shot at. It wasn't until I got to this point right here, unfortunately, I didn't notice him at first. Because, you know, my vision at that point was like tunnel. Just straight ahead, nothing more. And got behind here, and I thought it was coming from over here. I then realized it's not coming from there, it's right there. And I was like, oh crap. So I took him out there. And then ran around here. And I made a discovery, actually. When I was coming around, I was looking around over here, kind of just checking stuff out. You know, the dramatic music ended letting me know that, you know, hey, you know, I got through that. But one of the things I've been trying to find, and I don't know why I just did this. I just did it just for the hell of it, just because I felt like being destructive. I actually, now before we go in there, I actually found this little area over here, and we found some gold. Found some gold bars right here. There we go. Now, when we go in here, the first thing you want to do is, there's going to be a soldier coming up very soon. You're going to run up over here, and you're going to kill the soldier like right over here, right now. And the reason why you want to kill him over here is because he's, for the most part, they can't see that he's dead. It's when they see the soldier's body that they know something's going down, and that's how the signals go up. Now, I did my best, because my style of play is, and I'm not saying that my style of play is for everyone. I tend to try to be as cautious as possible. I don't like to take too many chances unless absolutely necessary. Now, one of the things that I love about this game is it doesn't matter how you play it. And I made a big mistake here, I'll show you in a second. See, now here we go. Now I took him out, but right there is where I made the mistake. I went to reload and I forgot that the cursor was on the armor, and then I lost that armor. And I had full armor. Anyway, sorry about that. I didn't, I looked at the armor and I was like, I better hold on to that. I already made that mistake once. But, unfortunately, I made the mistake, and, you know, hey, what am I going to do? One of the things that I actually enjoy about the game is it caters to all different types of folks who play shooters. There's some folks like me who, you know, take the stealthy approach and try to be, you know, as cautious as possible, and there's folks that are just gung-ho. And I'm kind of like somewhat in the middle of both camps, but with kind of a little more over to the cautious side. But that's just me. I mean, I'm just saying. I just really love playing like that. Like in some shooters, I like to, you know, be a sniper. You know, like I used to play Halo. Wasn't not like hardcore like a lot of folks were at the time. I just played, you know, just casually, you know. But I liked being the sniper. I liked, you know, getting a hold of the sniper rifle, finding a little spot, hit one target, run off, find another spot, because you don't want to stay in the same spot, because eventually they'll be able to find you from, like, just because of the vapor trail that the bullet leaves. And they will find you. It's kind of like in here too. It's kind of hard not to follow you, man. Anyway, that's just how I personally am. And I see that there's one of the commanders up there, and I made the mistake of... I made a huge mistake with doing what I did. You'll see in a minute. Not happy with myself when I did this. So I tried to take him out as stealthily as possible, but he... If I'm not mistaken, he did get the shot off. Now, mind you, I'm voicing over this after the fact, so it would be so awesome if I actually had a silencer for the sniper rifle, because, and even if it was limited to, like, let's say the one silencer can only do like 3 shots, let's say, I could deal with that. You know? Because that would be of a, like I said, that would be of a help. But at any rate. Okay. So, while we're over here, since we're talking about shooters, what's your favorite shooter and why? And do you still play it today? Like, is there one that you play, like, currently, right now, that got you into it? Or is there one in the past that you used to play? I'd like to know about this, you know, just kind of curious. You know, just kind of throwing it out there. Because I did like Halo, was it Halo 2? I think it was like Halo 2 or 3. I want to say it was Halo 2 that had the multiplayer. But once everybody started glitching and doing all this other stuff, I couldn't stand it. You know, I mean, I'm all for playing as it was intended. I don't like using glitches. I don't like doing that. I mean, I don't like it at all. Not when I play the RPGs that I do, because I do play World of Warcraft. I do play Dungeons and Dragons. You know, I play a lot of different, you know, online games and all that. And I don't like it when folks have to use glitches or use a glitch or an exploit just to be able to beat something. I don't like it. I really don't. Regardless of whether it's a PC or a console title. You know? Because it cheapens the experience for everybody across the board. Yeah, you may be able to do it, and you know, you think, oh yeah, you're so cool because you can do that. But guess what? You're ruining the experience not only for yourself, but for others as well, and that's just so stupid. But at any rate, I don't want to go off on that tangent. You know, I'm just happy to be back here doing this for you guys, because, folks, for those of my friends that you know, that told me about, you know, that they watched and all that, and I really appreciate that, and told me how to there we go, there's the one commander. I was lucky on that one. But you know, to my friends that told me at work and whatnot, that they see my videos and, you know, and whatnot, and gave me the advice that they did, thank you. I'm really appreciative, and I'm appreciative of all the subscribers that I have. I haven't taken a look at them, but however many I have, I thank you. I thank you, and it's because of the fact that I respect you guys, and I'm thankful for you guys that I'm making the video, this long video that I have, because you know what, you guys are worth it to me, because ultimately, it's not just you guys that I'm doing it for. I'm not just doing it for myself either. I'm doing it so that everyone, not just yourselves, but everyone who does watch it, even if they don't subscribe, even if they just watched it, I'm cool with that. That's why I'm always saying, hey, comment, rate, subscribe, do whatever you feel you want to. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Because whether I get positive or negative feedback from the videos I put out, believe it or not, even you could even find something positive in something that someone says negatively. You just gotta look for it, but you can actually find it. That's why you definitely have to go. And I found some more gold right here. I accidentally found that. But no, it's you can find that in everything basically in life, as far as I'm concerned. There's always something positive to be learned from a negative experience. So ultimately, that's really what it is. Now, the shotgun guy that just went up the stairs, now he does patrol this area, but I think it's my fault that this happened, and you'll see in the video. As I stated, I tend to play very cautiously, but at the same time, I'm also looking around for stuff like the gold, like we just found, and I'm also looking for any extra ammo I can get my hands on. Well, one of the things that unfortunately happened was what you'll see very soon is I honestly thought that if I went and did what you're about to see, which I'm not proud of, would have worked ultimately. But unfortunately it wasn't the case. So as you'll see in a moment. Now here's a little fun fact. Silencers in the real world, I'm just letting you know, actually are only good for a certain amount of shots. Usually it's about like 5 or 6, depending. And after that, they're no good because they can only suppress X amount of shots, from what I was told. Now I don't know if that's true or not. I've never fired a weapon with a silencer. Hell, I never even fired a firearm before in my life. I mean, a crossbow, yes. Bow and arrow, yes. But never an actual gun. You know, I never fired an actual gun before. Unless you want to count those little guns that shoot BBs at like carnivals and whatnot. Outside of that. But no, now here's where I made the mistake. I tried to do this, and then I realized I should have just aimed at his head. I should have just aimed at his head. But no, I didn't do that. I was a doofus, and I just did that. Thinking that I can get away and do this. And I just prayed to God that I just was able to... I just went and ran like a scared little rabbit. Now I got this dude right here. I was happy to actually catch the commander. If I didn't catch him sooner, I would have ended up paying for it later. So what I did was, thinking I had gotten away, I lifted this up, and I said, screw it. I'm going.
Wesley.
But originally I had to throw a grenade at him and whatnot, but here we go with the next cutscene.
Hey. Come on, Wesley. Wake up. Gotta wake up. Come on. Wesley.
Blazkowicz.
Yeah.
Some dire straits we've gotten ourselves into, eh?
I don't know how you pulled through it, soldier. Come on. There you go.
I have a secret trick. Count to 4. Inhale. Count to 4. Exhale.
You got it.
You should try it. Monsieur.
Right there? Huh? I was a bit worried we had lost. Greta, bleib. Greta was hungry. I didn't want the flesh to go to waste. I'm sure you understand.
You sick little Nazi fuck.
Little Nazi fuck. You are a funny man, clown of the class when you were a boy, I would guess. Well, the funny ends here. My father died of electrocution. Such accidents were not unusual at the coalfields of Ruhr Valley. I remember my uncle telling me that he was standing in water when it happened. Water is a conduit for electricity. And what is in our bodies? That is right, water. When I press this button, electricity will flow through your body, carried by this water, and it will cramp up and you will feel the most intense pain you've ever felt in your life. If you do not want to feel this pain, which is completely understandable, you need to answer my question without hesitation. So, who is your contact in the village?
Claus.
Who is this Claus?
Santa Claus.
Your comedy act won't save you. Talking will. Why do you insist? Your boys are dying out there on the beaches and the fields. It's pathetic, like pulling the wings off an insect. Your war is lost.
When I break free, I will fry you in this chair till you die. Count to 4. Inhale. Count to 4. Exhale.
One last time, then I will kill you. Who is your contact? Yes?
And when I'm done with you, I will kill your dog.
Let me.
I missed the time event on this one. I apologize.
Killed your fucking dog, Rudy.
For good measure. Here we go.
Sorry I couldn't save you, pal.
Anyway, now here, when you first kill him, after you get through that sequence, you want to run up here. You want to grab this stuff down here at the end, like any health if you need it, and any ammo. I went and left that health there for the simple reason because I thought I may need it, so I left that alone. So now what I did here was I took care of what I had to, and like I said, I err on the side of caution. I don't want to get caught up in that because they will come in here eventually, but I didn't go and wait like that, but excuse me. But what you want to do is now you're keeping them basically at bay. They're not going to come up the stairs. That is lucky for you because they're going to stay by this doorway over here, as you'll see in a moment. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to go up here and get this. I did a lot of editing to this. I originally had like about 2 hours and 20 minutes. I knocked it down to like an hour and a half because I had to edit so much from it. Now here we go. See, one of the things that I enjoy about this particular game is because it takes place during World War II. And for some weird reason, I like games like this. I enjoy playing games that deal with World War II and like Hitler and all that. Not that I'm a fan of Hitler. Trust me, I am not by any means. The man was a complete frickin' psychopath. Anyway, the fact is, outside of stating the obvious, Oh boy. Here's where I made a big mistake. If you're going to fire that, where that chair is, if you can get over to where that chair is and you can get him far enough away, then do it. But where I did it, I took way too big of a chance, and I could have killed myself in that process, so don't do that. But that heavy gun right there, where it's like a one-shot kill, definitely save those shots and use them in crowds, because that's where it works best. I'm trying to stick to the up close and personal weapons like the shotgun and all that, and when they get up nice and close. But hey, what am I gonna do? Like I said, I know like that looking at this is like, you know, like a real pain and all that. Like, why is he doing this with, you know, on action? But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like I said, this is how I play, and I'll be the first to admit it. I'm not the greatest at this, but you know what? It doesn't matter to me if about being the greatest. It's about having a fun experience in playing, and playing in a style that you like. You know, you being the gamer itself, from your perspective. Like, this is my perspective. This is how I like to play. If you like to play gung ho, more power to you. You know, kudos to you. You know, that's cool. But I'm just saying, you know, if just because a person plays one particular way doesn't mean that their way is wrong. And it's not by in any way, shape, or form. Now, one of the things is that oh boy, I hope I get to finish this video because it's starting to thunder. I heard some thunder, so. Usually when the storms get really bad around here, I'll end up getting the power ends up cutting off. So hopefully I get to finish this. And I got a whole hour left to do before this goes out. So hopefully it doesn't. So at any rate. But I mean, I've been having a lot of fun playing this because of the fact that games like this, I believe Medal of Honor, I think it was Medal of Honor that had a bunch of them where it was like all took place in World War II, and it's the World War II stuff I for some weird reason I just love. So I'm really happy to play games like this. And I love the challenge. I honestly love the challenge. Like here I'm playing on the medium difficulty. You know, I could have played it on the easy just to, you know, do the playthrough and make myself look like, you know, something I'm not, and I'm not going to do that. One of these days I'm going to be live streaming this pretty soon. However, I'm going to be doing this on Uber. Or I am Death Incarnate. And I'm going to have like how many, let's see how many times I could die. Because I know I'm going to die a lot. I make no bones about it. I will die horribly. Bye-bye. And let's see. It's like, let's see.
I can hear you. I see you. Bye-bye.
But just out of curiosity, another question that I have for everybody is, how many of you have played Wolfenstein The New Order or The Old Blood, or both? And what is your favorite cutscene? That's another good question for you guys. What's your favorite cutscene? Personally, mine was of The Old Blood, the one we just saw between Blazkowicz and Jaeger. I thought that was really awesome, and I had a feeling at the beginning of the game that that would happen. Now, this last guy that I killed, I didn't realize that that was one of the commanders. So I was like, is it safe? Is it safe? I'm kind of like I'm kind of like holed up here like Anne Frank, for heaven's sake. And, you know, I'm just saying, so, at any rate, I'm trying very hard not to cuss. Honestly and truly, I'm trying hard not to cuss. I know that people are offended by that, and if I do at any point in time, I want to apologize right now. I just want to apologize, get that out of the way. I'm gonna have it. That's in case if I forgot to put the annotation in the beginning of the video. Now I just want to run around here and see if I got anything up here that I needed to get, and nope, can't go through there. I'm gonna try to see about getting all the equipment that should be lying around. Oh yes, there we go. Okay, give it. All right, I want it all. Just like that song from Queen. There we go. I can grab whatever ammo I can get my hands on. Okay, I heard a dog bark. Like a puppy. I'm hoping that's in the... is that in the game? I hope it's in the game. Yeah, sorry, every time I see a bottle, I gotta break it. I gotta break that. And damn, the Germans make a hard-ass bottle. Christ. Anyway, but no, here we go. We're gonna try to see anything there. No, nothing. Okay. Well, at any rate, whenever you enter an area, like a new area like that, and you see a lot of stuff lying around, especially like health and whatnot, don't be so quick to always pick it up. And this is the reason being, you don't know if you're going to need it or not. Just, you know, use your best judgment, and you got to really take it into account. Like, if you beat like a game like this on like one of the easier levels, for the sake of argument, if you try playing it on let's say a level or two harder than the one you last played on, then you're gonna, you know, you'll realize, yeah, I need to have this set aside. So, you know, like I said, play as you are comfortable with, just like I am right now. So, at any rate, you know, as I had said earlier, id Software, Bethesda, getting together, putting out these games, to both of you and all the partners that you were with, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you. I have not had a bad experience with any of id's or Bethesda's games. Bethesda, with Evil Within and the DLC for it, I loved it. Oh dear Lord, I loved it. I got to play it at a friend's house, and I enjoyed every minute of it. It was beautiful. I love just looking around with like stuff like this. Anyway, oh sorry, here's a cutscene. I'll get back to you guys in a sec.
Get a grip, BJ. Carry on with the plan. Grab a cable car to the village. Rendezvous with Kessler in the tavern. No hill for a stepper.
So at any rate, as I was saying, I have not had a bad experience with any of their games. Wolfenstein, The New Order, Doom. I actually had Doom when it came out for the Xbox. And I loved it. I played it, and I loved the multiplayer on it. It was great, and I loved what they did with it. Just as like the Evil Within, I thought that that was very well made in spite of what people were saying about it. I thought that it was a great game regardless, and I still do to this day. This is like one of the best games I've played, as well as Evil Within, and I would go on more about the different games that these guys have put out, but I don't want to waste the whole time in the video with that. So at any rate, I got to this point right here, and well, to be honest with you, I screwed the pooch. I'm unhappy with the way that I did this at first. I didn't really know what was going on at first. I tried to do, yes, oh, that says Wolfenstein. I tried to do this as stealthily as possible, but I ran into some problems later on. I had to, oh man, I didn't realize at the time, like I thought there was somebody standing right there, which is why I fired like an idiot. You know, but that's why, like I said, I'd rather show you guys whatever mistakes that I've made within reason, so you learn not to, so you learn what not to do, so you learn what to do. So if you see me, like, here it is, if I make a mistake playing the game through one way, all right, we've trial and error. Okay, we know that doesn't work. Let's try this. And it's a matter of trial and error. And in games like this, you want to not have to make certain mistakes, like calling attention to yourself when you don't need to. Now, unless you're the gung-ho kind of player, then go right for it. But I love how they put together, both Bethesda and id put together the game, because here's the reason why. It's just the level of authenticity as to certain weapons that they talked about. Not all the weapons, but for the most part, like the fighter jets, like you'll see, like there's certain magazines that have like the pictures of the fighter jets. That was pretty cool. I am in love with the whole World War II gaming aspect of it, and I have a wonderful respect for it. And it's just, I've had nothing but an awesome experience playing this. One of the things that I've run into, and maybe it's just me, maybe I found a glitch or something. I just couldn't, maybe it's just, I don't know. I don't know if it was just me or whatever. Every once in a while, I'll notice that when I fire at someone, or if I throw a grenade, like instead of hitting them, it'll go through them. And maybe that's just me. Maybe it was just like a fluke, and I'm hoping that's what it is. But at any rate, a lot of the weapons and whatnot, for the most part, I thought were true to what they actually had at the time, as far as like some of the weaponry, not all of them, not like the laser weaponry like they had in the New Order and all that, but some of the weapons in there were kind of far-fetched. Although the base on the moon made me think of that movie Iron Sky. If you haven't seen the movie Iron Sky and you have Netflix, check it out. It is funny as hell. I'm not going to give it away, like what it's all about, but it is just too funny. You've got to see it. But it was just that funny. I mean, if you haven't seen Iron Sky, check it out. It's a pretty funny movie, and you'll definitely get a kick out of it. I made the mistake of doing this. I don't know why. At this point, I just said, screw it. You know what? I'm like, no, give me this one. Can I please? And this is like what happens to me a lot. Like if I get like, I'll forget because in a certain situation, now that my tongue is starting to work again, in certain situations, I have a problem with doing certain things quickly. I not that long ago had, and I'm right-handed, and not that long ago I had surgery to my hand, so I can do a lot of stuff with it. I mean, I'm not saying I'm bad, but when it comes to doing certain movements at certain times, it's weird. It's just so I'm not able to do that at the when I really need to, and it's sad. And I thought I had the problem fixed because what I had carpal tunnel, and I had the surgery done, which in retrospect I wish I didn't, because the surgery is giving me more trouble than the original problem was. So that's one thing. That's besides the point, though. What's going on is that I'll want to do one thing, I'll end up doing something wholly other, and like instead of moving one way, it'll move in a different way. I don't know why. I'm guessing because of the fact that I'm just freaking out at the time. I was like, oh no, I gotta do this now. But at any rate, but we all do that. We're human. So basically, I took these guys out right here, and they're gonna keep running down. And I know how to shoot at a moving target. Don't get me wrong. You lead the target. You gotta lead the target just ahead of them and whatnot. But here, all I can think of is just don't waste the shots. Like wait to take the shot. Because even though as good as I am, which is I'm not like I said, I'm not the greatest, but I'm not the worst either. I'll make my mistakes. Like right there. That should have been one shot right there. Easily one shot. But no, I didn't. Like I said, I'm human. I'm going to make these mistakes. The one thing I'm surprised that they didn't have us do as gamers in the world of Wolfenstein here is actually be on one of their Zeppelins and fighting. And jumping out of the Zeppelin, setting the Zeppelin on fire and then like jumping out and like parachuting down. That would have been really cool. Like toward the end of the game, like have us like fight in the Hindenburg, and just before it lands, we jump out, and that's what really happened at Lakehurst, New Jersey. You just didn't see us jumping out, which I thought would have been really cool. Just saying, it could happen. You're kind of throwing out the ideas there, Id. But there's the hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Anyway. I mean, I don't know if that would be in bad taste or not. I'm just saying. But at any rate, I would have loved to have seen that because I think that would have been really cool. You know, to have that thing. Now, eventually, what I did was after I saw enough of these guys go by, I decided that, okay, I'm going to have to get down off this perch. Because there's not a lot of them coming at me right now. So at any rate, I had to do something. So right now I'm kind of looking and I'm making sure because I really do not want to get shot at. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I don't know. Because there's been situations where I'll think everything's all right. I'll come down from where I am, and then there'll be like 3 or 4 more guys just coming at me. And I'm like, dadgummit. So at any rate, like here's this guy. Now, in retrospect, I wish I would have just used the shotgun, because the shotgun would have just taken him out in 2 hits. So what I did was I came down over here. I'm grabbing up all the weapons that I can. And I'm grabbing everything that I can so I can, you know, get up over here and do what I gotta do. And I unfortunately am the type of player where I will search out stuff just to be on the safe side. Like, I don't know, did I miss this over here? Did I miss anything over here? I want to, like, because before you go to any new area, if there's anything you haven't picked up from where you're at, what ends up happening is that you won't be able to come back to it. Because once you go to the new area, that's it. You're in the new area. You're not going to go back. It is only forward progression once you enter the new area. So what ends up happening is that I end up checking, like I grab this, and I'm looking around, making sure, and I almost forgot about these boxes here. So I went here and I grabbed the armor. So, and I still haven't killed any of the commandants, or commanders, commandant, you know, anyway. Tomato, tomato, you know, just saying. So at any rate, what ends up happening is now I go and I try to, you know, I look at this and I'm like, okay. It's right here that I run into one of the super soldiers. And what I ended up doing was I began to fight him, but then I said, you know what, this isn't going to work. So I tried to fight him, but in my haste to fight him, now I know that their head is the weak part. Yeah. Anyway, the fact is that I tried keeping that in mind and I couldn't do it. So I just said, you know what, the heck with it. So what I tried to do is I figured, okay, let me throw that there. Get a little, you know. I mean, I know I hurt him. But my problem is that up to this point, before I started fighting him, I was fighting him against the dudes that were tethered. So I at least understood that if I had a shot at, like, you know, knocking him out that way. So I had to relearn what I already knew, which was hit him, you know, you got to hit him upside the head. So what I did was I came back over this way, and one of the things I didn't realize, and I'll get into that in a little bit, was once I had gotten my weapons sorted out, like which 2 I wanted, in like positions 1 and 2, I pretty much start, you know, like with the sniper rifle, I'm scanning around, because there's that area that we first saw off to my left was where we came in. And this area over here now is the area that we couldn't get to because it's on the other side of the building here from where we first came in. Now, one of the things that I was afraid of in doing this was, number one, where that super soldier was in my relationship to where he is, but also at the same time was, okay, I'm trying to think to myself, where is this commander at? And I get tunnel vision. I mean, because of the fact that, like, if you notice on the where it says broadcasting, that white dot is going to tell you the direction that they're at. And I keep forgetting that because, not because, you know, I'm stupid or anything. I legitly, you know, when I'm in that situation, I'm like, hey, where's he? Oh, I gotta get him now. You know, I make that mistake and that's it. You know. But I found the commander over here. The first one is over here. Well, the first one I found. And the second one will be coming up, if I remember correctly. But one of the things I found out, and I'll tell you in a minute as to what that is. Bust up the boxes right here, or this box. I think you can bust up this one, yeah. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the doorway here. And when we do, we're going to go over to our left. And see, sniper rifle. See, this is over at the end. Alright. Now, once we come out of here, we're going to go over to our left because there's going to be some health and I believe some armor. Armor. So, anyway, here we go. Now, one of the things I didn't realize was if you go up the stairs and then turn on the power to the cable cars, that there's a way where you could just bust out the window, jump out the window, get into the cable car, and then get out of there. I did not realize this at first. So when you first enter this building like that I'm looking at right here, which you get into at the top, there's going to be a switch that you're going to throw. Now, when you throw this switch, it's going to power up the cable car, and it's going to open up the gate. So you got to be able to. You can't just jump right into it until you do that. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to pop open this hatch right here. I'm just going to take a quick look around, make sure. So I'm going to pop open the hood. Drop down. And now, if you look around, see the switch is over there. It's coming up, actually, yeah, right over here, actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab whatever we can. So grab whatever armor and whatnot. Now, like I said, I made my share of mistakes in here, and one of them was I kind of allowed myself to get caught up because with opening up the door that's right there. Do not open that door right there. Do not open that door to the left. Do not. What ends up happening is if you open up that door, soldiers will be able to come in there and they'll tear you up. They will tear you up. So really what you want to do, ideally what you want to do is you want to take this, flip that switch. Now the gate's going to open up. Now, at think right here I did make the mistake of opening up the door there, and yeah, which I did, which I edited out. But yeah, I made the mistake of opening up the door and dying because of that, because I got stupid. But then I realized, you know what, trial and error, you know. So what I did was grabbed everything I could and went and then flipped the switch, and then basically I knocked out a couple of them before running over to into the cable car. I made, you know, you want to stay, now really you're supposed to stay down, because, and I don't want to get caught by any of these guys, but what ends up happening is, unfortunately, once I pull this trigger, once I pull the handle to open up the gate and power up the car, it's going to basically be like, okay, he's in there, this is where he's at, and that's where they're going to start firing on me. So, at any rate, so what I did was I got all my stuff together, picked up what I could, and I'm looking around, and I know I don't want to open up that door again. That door over there on the left. Do not, under any circumstances, open up that door. Unless that's your kind of play where you just want to be gung-ho and you don't care about getting shot up. And, you know, if you're that good, that's cool. You know, more power to you. I personally, like I said, I play it on the side of caution. And yeah, it takes a little longer, but you know what? I don't mess up as many resources. Now what's going to happen is, once those gates open up, and they're fully open, then the cable car will be powered up. Now, I made the mistake of not realizing, hey, I could have just done that to begin with and avoided some of the fighting. I honestly thought at the time that I can actually, you know, I have to fight these guys. Well, it turned out I didn't have to. So once you power that up about, I would say after about like a minute, and if you look this way, right here, where I'm facing now, and you see that that's open, bust open the glass, run into the car, pull the handle of the car, and then get down and let it take you out of there. And that'll save you a whole lot of headaches. Now there is a way to stealth around it. I know there is a way to do it. There's other folks that have videos out there that that'll show you how to go about this. The Rad Brad is actually really cool. He's definitely one of the guys that I subscribe to, and I've been a subscriber of his since this past December. If you've not checked out any of his videos, definitely check it out. He is really awesome. He like myself, lives not too far from Atlanta, and he said so himself. So I thought it was really cool. But definitely, if you've not checked out the Rad Brad's videos, definitely check it out. He's awesome. He plays a lot of the games that I do, and I respect the man for it. So he's really cool. So at any rate, enough of the public service announcement. No disrespect, but you know, I'm here to talk about the game. Although I do respect the man for what he's done. So now, one of the things that I didn't do, and I wish that like I said, I had, was pull the handle, and the second I saw that the opening was there, bust through the glass and run into the car. However, I figured, like with most of the games that I played in the past, I have to fight my way through and have this taken care of. Then I realized, like an idiot, I could have just, you know, like the old V8 commercials, like, wow, I could have done this. But no, I didn't realize it at the time, so, which is why I'm just kind of like sitting here like, okay, what do I do now? And it didn't really hit me until afterwards, I'm like, wait a minute, I could do this. And I took out a few of the guys over here. Because I'm like, I'm trying to increase my chances of, you know, getting the heck out of here. And once we get into the cable car, I'll tell you what's going on with that. Now, it's pretty much a lock that at this point, you are the very first person to escape from Wolfenstein prison. You are the first and only one to have ever escaped. And they don't like that. Because right now, you know, up until this point, it's been inescapable. And, you know, that's really the deal. So, they're kind of hot about that. However, at any rate, let's get down to brass tacks. I screwed up big time by not running out and going to the cable car. So, don't make the same mistake that I did and hang out here thinking you got to kill off all these people. You don't have to. You don't have to. Now what we're going to do is we're going to... I think what I ended up doing was I ran over to where that flashing, I think that's a grenade or something right there. And then I went, after I killed this guy. See, I tried to go headshot with that guy, but unfortunately. But no, I believe that was a grenade that's right there, and I grabbed that, then I ran out the window. Thinking, at that point, I was like, you know what? I think I can get away with this. But I didn't realize it at the time. So I'm like, oh wow. When I did it and it worked, I was like, wow, I could have done this the whole time. Ugh. But then again, that's just me. You know, I mean, like I said, that's the way I play. And I overthink sometimes certain situations. And because of my overthinking and my haste, it usually gets me killed. And then reload, and still I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to kill all these guys? Not thinking that I could do what I had mentioned earlier. So I'm like, alright. Well, there's two ways about it. There is two ways about this. There's a cable car. Alright, now I could have jumped out the window behind me. But me thinking the way that I had, I was like, you know what? Let me try this. So I ended up going back into this corner after I was right there. And I went and said, you know what, I'm going to go for it. I got to get my butt out of here. So I'm like, yeah, it's either now or never. So I went and looked around a little bit, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm out. Went out the window, stayed down, hit this, and then got down. Because at the time, I could, like I said, I could have done this. The second I entered the room, pulled the handle, and saw that the gate was open. I could have just ran out and not had to deal with that. Now, this part coming up, here's what's going on. And this is the problem that I ran into, and I didn't realize it at first. There's going to be this next cable car. When this next cable car is coming up to the left, on the very top is going to be a sniper. You're going to take him out, and then the folks inside the car itself.
Shut down the power. Need to
After
get it back up
that's
again.
after that happens, then everything's all copacetic. Now, originally I thought I could just go up top and that was it, but then I thought,
Need to get it back up
hell
again.
no, this isn't going to work. I literally thought I could run up here and do it, but I didn't notice at the time that there's all these extra folks here. I can't do that, so I'm like, oh, I better get my sorry butt back inside. But you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Now here, I believe I hit in the head. I believe this is where I bit the bullet. Let's see. I mean, I know I cut a lot of this out, but I wanted to leave some of it in, and I believe I cut it all out. But so let's see. So I ended up. I left it in there. So if I didn't, I'm not gonna remake another video like this. Because this was a pain in the butt. And I see there's the guy up top. And I made the mistake of not going after him first. So I knock him out. I'm gonna take out this guy. Took him out, then this guy as well. But I was also thinking about these guys over here because I know I didn't realize that I'd be sliding down to that platform from the top. So in retrospect, I actually am glad that I knocked these guys out prior to doing that, and I was really happy with that. So knock that out. And then there was still the one guy over here that I had to deal with. So I believe I took him out before I went up top. I believe that was it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. At any rate, so make sure now I'm going up top. Now I did not realize. I thought I left some stuff in the back, but I didn't. Now, here's what happens. You go and look up and grab this. Now watch this. Missile drop kick. A true missile drop kick. Takes him out. Now here we go. Take this guy out. Now I should have taken the, I should have done one of two things. I could have A, taken the shotgun, which would have been better, or B, ran around the corner, stand back, and then let him come into view, and I hit him with the explosive round and knock him out in its entirety. And anybody standing near him with it, I think it's like within 10 yards, gets hit. There we go. So there's that. Now we go back up top, and what's going to happen is we're going to make this turn over here. Right there is this guy, but at the same time, now we have these guys up here, so I bang, take them out, one shot. I love doing that. Now here, it just like in these areas like this, where they're where there's a lot of them together. I love doing that. I mean, what's the like if you see somebody aiming something that at you and you're getting shot at, and you're about to get shot at with it, the very first thing you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be crapping yourself, because you know at that moment you're pretty much gonna die. Like, wow, okay, everything up into my life, everything up till now in my life has been really cool, but now you reap what you sow. You Nazi bastard. Anyway, with the fact is that, like, you know that's what's going to happen. However, now, one of the other things I did was when you go in here, now the commandant is going to be up the stairs and off to the. He's going to be up the stairs, and at the top, when you get to the very top, there's a doorway on the far left. You go into that door to the left, and if you look to the right, the commandant's standing right there by the window, and you're going to take him out from there. Now, there's going to be a couple more guys coming out. There's going to be a shotgun guy and whatnot. So here's where I switch to the shotgun. Move out of the way. Load it up. Knock him out. Pick up whatever I need to before going over there. And then I walk in, and as I said, over to the right. He's going to be right there. And bang, done. You're gone. Flip the switch to repower everything after we pick up some goodies. Now I'm glad I left that health there. So now here's the problem. See, in turning on the power, I kind of shot myself in the foot because there was more of them coming up on the other car that we saw coming. And I'm just glad I had the armor that I did, because otherwise I would not have been good shape. I made mistakes with the top. And I didn't realize that there was one of those gas tanks there. And definitely using the environment to your advantage. Like if you see like the enemy like up against where like those tanks where it has a big flame sticker on it. If you get if they're standing by there, knock it out, because it'll do damage to them that you don't have to. Now here we're gonna pull the. There goes their jets. Now here's the thing. Here's what's gonna happen. Now you're gonna get shot at. Now I didn't notice if the hatch was, if I could open up the hatch at this point when we get stopped again. But one of the things that I did was I knew there was a couple of snipers up there. You want to take out the drones, because those drones are going to be a pain in the butt later on. So here we go. Now we're going to snipe out these guys. Definitely take out the dude at the turret if you're able. Usually the drones, if you hit them once with a shot from the sniper rifle, they'll die like right there. Like a second or two after they're hit, they'll die. I have yet to shoot from the hip where I actually hit the target from a distance, but you know, I'm just saying. But I have not had a bad experience with this game yet. I mean, it's frustrating trying to figure some parts of it out, but outside of that, I've had nothing but fun with it. And I hope id and Bethesda like work more on games like this. I'm actually wondering if, I don't know for sure, but I think they're working on Doom together. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to it. I don't have that information. I don't know if that's even true. So do not quote me on that. Please do not quote me on that information. It's not confirmed. It's just a question I'm asking myself. I think that they're working together on it. I'm not very sure. Please do not hold that to me. Now, with that being said, now we're going to take this out. I think what I ended up doing was I was just so worried about them shooting this thing down. I ended up dying in the thing that I ended up going up top. Well, that's another thing I didn't realize, that once you take out the guys over here and it's just the drones, then you can actually go and get out far. This is what happens. Yeah, you can tell when you're having a bad day when not only this happens, but this happens. Went from bad to worse. Now, when we come to in here, which is only about a second or two, we're going to go and put the pipe to the door, pop that open, swim straight ahead. Now, once you get through this and you surface, you're going to wait for these two German soldiers. I was using gentlemen loosely. Pass by, let them pass by. And you can also learn something from their conversations too. Now, what we're going to do is, we're going to go and... Now, there's two ways you can go about it. You can either shoot him or hit him with the pipe. I went with hitting him with the pipe, because it was fun. Just knock him out with the pipe. Now, one of the other things we're going to do is we're going to run and slide into there. And at the time of my doing this originally, it took me 2 tries because I was really kind of tired. So, but I did want to play through this part because it was up to this point I was just having a ball with it. Sorry. Let's see. Okay, well, I'll just go through that later. So now we're going to go through here and pick up this, and we're also going to take out, when he comes back through here, we're going to go and take this guy out when he gets into the... We're going to try to get up a little further. I want to try to get as far as I can without... But he's standing right there, so now we're going to take him out. If I can get a bead on him. There we go. Dang it, he keeps moving. And it's my own fault, too, so I'm, you know... He's going to come out. And I just... take him out. And we're getting close to the end of this video, so folks, it has been a pleasure making this video for you, as well as the other past videos. I want to thank you all for watching. You guys have a great night, and an even better tomorrow, and I'll see you when I see you. So, you guys have a great night. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate y'all.